astronauts shocked by find. They landed on another planet, but the environment was eerily similar to Earth, was breathable oxygen, human habitation traces. But they noticed something was off. The dog ahead of them stood there like a statue, motionless. And what was stranger was when they found a tractor, they were instantly stunned.
It's called a tractor. They were in use on Earth during the 20th century, before the Total War.
At that moment, they thought this was Earth, and they went back 200 years. Two suns in the sky quickly snapped back to reality. As they were confused, they noticed a farmer seeking answers. They approached him, find what was going on. But then something stranger happened. However loud they called out, other person didn't react. Even when they walked right up to him and waved at his face, the farmer didn't move a muscle, like a mannequin. He looked real, it was creepy. But this was just the tip of the iceberg. Everything felt strange, but to nowhere. They had to press on. But just then, one of the team members shouted out, because he saw an old man. He rushed over excitedly, discovered more. He tapped the old man, the result obvious. Viewing a statue-like man, whole team in complete loss. Next second, they heard distant music. They followed the sound. But when they arrived, they saw a band in front of the door. Music from loudspeakers. At that moment, a teammate saw Mayor welcome ceremony. They thought they would find the truth. But as they went deeper, they found people inside standing still. Faced with bizarre phenomenon, a team member wondered, has time stopped here? And was our time speeding up? The people here seem still to us. They're moving. One said. Everyone quickly agreed. In front of them wasn't a statue, but real humans. To find more reliable clues, they split to search. They'll meet in an hour. The first team member arrived at the lounge. He witnessed a shocking scene. Gambling setup. Designed for one person. Man in white, god of gambler, dominating scene. He won all the chips. A teammate arrived. He gently opened the door, only to see a couple deeply in love, immersed in beautiful music. Their faces beamed. The last team member arrived at a large stage. A beauty pageant was taking place. Looking at the beautiful contestants, he had to size them up. Then, before a woman, he snapped his fingers, trying to catch her eye and win her. But he was disappointed. And just then, something happened. The winner of the pageant was an old woman. Do people here see age as beauty? At this moment, emotions astronaut bottled up, suddenly roared, venting frustration. But aside from himself, no one else responded. When he snapped out, he ran out in terror. But after he left, an old man moved, unaware a nightmare was waiting for them. An hour later, they gathered together again. After exploring, no one here they could talk to. It seemed a decent place to live. As they chatted, they found a beautiful house. Old man by house. Then, one of the astronauts asked if they could look around, but the next second,
Not at all.
this stunned them, because the old man spoke. Before they could react, they invited in the house. Man shows treasures, introduced house parts. This place built for someone, but wanted to be a knight. They reached the medieval section. The old man continued. There were other areas. Roman, Egyptian, Western wilderness. This place most popular, because then, Earth was at its most peaceful. The astronauts didn't care. They wanted to know where they were, and returning to Earth. During harsh astronaut questioning, the old man didn't get angry. He prepared a meal for them. After taking a drink, the atmosphere calmed down. The old man explained how they got here. It was a cemetery. But the astronauts were confused. They struggled holding back their anger. I hope they tell the truth soon. But the old man wasn't flustered. He has intentions. He insisted. 2 questions before answering. The first was, if you had one wish, what would it be? The astronauts wanted to be on the spaceship home. Second question, when did you leave Earth? One crew answered, year 2185. The astronauts had no idea before long. 2 questions cost them lives. When the old man learned they weren't from Happy Glades management, he seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. But the astronauts were confused about Happy Glades. The old man explained. Happy Glades is the biggest mortuary-run team. Management set plan to serve the wealthy who have died. Rebuild world. Gambling king after death. When dead, the dream came true here. With a creative explanation. How could astronauts believe it? Traveling far from Earth. Build a cemetery. What's the point of that? He misunderstood them. Here is peace. No war at all. Something never achieved on Earth. And he wasn't human either. If no one came visit, I will always sleep, until need to wake. Faced with long-winded man, a crew member snapped and shouted, why not tell us how to get out? Another crew member wondered, are we going to be stuck here?
Yes. I know.
They saw the outcome. Too late for them. Poisoned wine they drank spreading in their veins. They died painlessly. As they collapsed one by one, they waited for death. Only then understood why things had to end this way.
And you are men. And while that are men,
there can be no peace.